Ready for a trip back in time? We're going all the way back to ancient Athens.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
6th century BCE,
Wow.
a time of serious upheaval. Like imagine a society where if you owed money, you and your whole family could end up as slaves.
Oh, wow.
That was a reality for a lot of Athenians until this remarkable figure came along.
Okay.
Solon.
Solon?
Yeah, have you heard of him?
I have heard the name, but I don't know much about him.
Okay, well, he's really fascinating. And the thing that gets me is he wasn't a politician.
Okay.
He was a merchant and a poet and like a deep thinker.
Interesting.
And he kind of got thrust into this leadership role at a really important moment, in Athenian history.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because even though this story is ancient, right?
Right.
It feels so relevant today.
Like how so?
Well, we're still dealing with all these issues of debt and inequality and trying to create a fair society.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like we're looking in a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some timeless human challenges there.
Totally. And that's what I think makes diving into Solon's life so fascinating.
Okay.
It's not just a history lesson,
Right.
It's like a window into all these big questions.
Yeah.
About power and justice and what makes a good society.
For sure. That's what makes history so interesting, I think.
Totally. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Our main source for this deep dive is the Stuff You Missed in History Class podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, they've done a really amazing job bringing Solon's world to life.
Cool.
And one of the things that really stood out to me was that Solon wasn't born into some super wealthy family.
Okay.
Like his family was noble, but they weren't like the elite who controlled all the land.
Right. Right.
And I think that gave him a unique perspective.
Oh, how so?
Well, because he wasn't just some out-of-touch aristocrat.
Yeah.
He was out there experiencing the struggles of everyday people, like firsthand.
Makes sense.
And this really shaped his view on like wealth and fairness.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like in his writing, he always talks about how important it is to get wealth ethically,
Okay.
not through exploitation.
Right.
Yeah, so he was all about balancing personal gain with this like sense of social responsibility.
Yeah, that's something we could really use more of today.
Totally, totally.
So how does this idea of fairness play out in his life?
Well, one of the best examples is how he dealt with this conflict over the island of Salamis.
Salamis.
Yeah, so this is where Solon like steps onto the stage.
Okay.
Not as a politician, but as like a total patriot.
Okay, tell me more.
So tell me,
Yeah.
what do you know about this conflict? Why was this island such a big deal?
Honestly, not that much.
Okay, well, Salamis was like super strategically important.
Right.
It controlled access to the Saronic Gulf,
Uh-huh.
which was essential for trade and security.
Makes sense.
So Athens had been fighting this long and bloody war with Megara,
Okay.
this neighboring city-state,
Right.
to control this island.
Yeah.
And for Solon, this wasn't just some abstract geopolitical thing.
Okay.
This was personal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his family had roots on Salamis.
Interesting.
And he saw this like stalemate as just a total stain on Athenian honor.
Oh.
He was deeply humiliated by it.
So what did he do about it?
But here's the catch. There was this law in place
Okay.
that forbade anyone from even talking about retaking Salamis.
Oh,
It
wow.
was considered too risky,
Yeah.
But
What
Solon,
did he do?
he pulls off this audacious move.
What? What'd he do?
He pretends to be insane.
He's kidding.
No, I'm serious.
Wow.
Solon, this respected merchant, poet,
Right.
fakes madness
Oh, my goodness.
to get around the law.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine?
That's wild.
I know, like picture it.
I'm trying to picture it.
Straight out of a Greek play.
Totally, totally.
But he had a plan.
Okay, I was going to say, there's got to be a method to his madness.
Exactly. So he bursts into the Athenian marketplace,
Okay.
disguised as this madman, and delivers this stirring poem.
Calm.
Yeah, that would become known as Salamis.
Oh, wow.
It's like a masterpiece of propaganda.
So he used poetry as a weapon.
Exactly, a way to rouse public opinion
That's really
and completely sidestep the law that
wow.
was silencing him.
That's incredible. So what was the poem about?
Well, it was all about Athenian pride and patriotism.
Okay.
It painted this picture of how shameful it was to lose Salamis,
Yeah.
and how disgraceful it was to just do nothing.
Right.
And it called on all Athenians to rise up
Wow.
and reclaim what was rightfully theirs.
So did it work?
It worked.
Wow.
Public opinion totally shifted.
That's amazing.
And Solon The man who dared to break the silence
Right.
was appointed to lead the Athenian forces against Megara.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a career change.
I know, right? From merchant poet to military commander.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really speaks to his leadership abilities.
Totally. He could inspire people and
Mm-hmm.
persuade them. But he was also a really smart strategist.
Oh, I bet. So what kind of tactics did he use in battle?
Well, the details are a little fuzzy.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Right.
But some accounts say he used disguises
Okay.
and diversions,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even a sneak attack,
Wow.
to outsmart the Megarian forces.
So he was a bit of a trickster.
He was.
That's great.
I know. And ultimately, he captured Salamis.
Amazing.
And this one event,
This conflict over a tiny island.
I know, right? Totally propelled Solon to this position of power and influence.
It's incredible how these things happen sometimes.
I know. And this newfound fame really set the stage for his biggest challenge yet.
Which is.
Trying to fix the deep social and economic problems
Right.
that were tearing Athenian society apart.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It was. Okay, so Solon's back in Athens,
Back from his victory.
a hero.
Right.
He's proven himself.
In battle.
Yeah, he's shown everyone how clever he is,
Mm-hmm.
and he's won over the people,
Totally.
but things back home, they aren't exactly peaceful.
No, they weren't.
Right, like that victory at Salamis.
Uh-huh.
It was great for morale,
Yeah, it gave them a boost.
but all those underlying social and economic tensions,
Yikes.
they hadn't gone away.
You still simmering?
Yeah, and in fact, they were getting worse.
It was powder keg.
Totally. Like, we're talking about a society
Hmm.
where this tiny group of wealthy elites,
Hmm.
they controlled almost all the land.
Right.
And then you had all these citizens falling into debt.
Then facing slavery.
Yeah, it was a recipe for disaster.
Absolutely ripe for revolution.
And it's into this chaos
Hmm.
that Solon steps in.
Not seeking power,
No, not at all.
but he was given this massive task.
Right, like fix this
Yeah, heal these divisions.
and create a more just and stable society.
Huge responsibility.
It was a huge challenge.
Mhm.
So how did he even begin to approach it?
Well, first we have to understand the Athenian political system.
Okay.
The most powerful position was the archon,
Okay.
sort of like a combination of president and high priest.
Wow. So serious power.
Serious power and responsibility.
And that's the role they gave to Solon, right?
That's right.
He became the archon.
The man in charge.
Yeah, the guy steering the ship through a storm.
Exactly. And one of the first things he did was tackle the debt crisis.
The one that was crippling Athenian society.
Exactly.
We're talking about debt slavery here.
Right, where people could become slaves just for owing money.
Horrible.
It was a brutal system.
And Solon hated it.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely abhorred it.
Makes sense with his belief in fairness.
Right, he believed in ethical wealth.
Exactly. So what did he do about it?
Did he just cancel all debts?
I mean, it would have been tempting,
Right.
but it wasn't that simple.
No, he implemented these reforms called the sesachteia.
Sesakteia.
Yeah, it means shaking off of burdens.
Okay, so not wiping the slate clean.
No more like alleviating the worst of it.
Right, and preventing future abuses.
Exactly. And one of the key changes was outlawing debt slavery.
Wow,
No more Athenians enslaved for debt.
that's huge.
It was a radical move, a big step for human rights.
I bet the wealthy elite were not happy.
Oh, they were furious. They saw it as an attack on their property.
But Solon didn't back down.
No, he was determined.
He knew that Athens couldn't survive
Mm-hmm.
with that kind of injustice.
It's interesting how this one reform shows us so much about Solon.
Right?
This idea of balancing individual rights with the needs of society.
Totally. It's a concept we're still grappling with today.
Absolutely.
So debt slavery is abolished.
Gone.
What other burdens did he shake off?
Well, he restructured existing debts,
Okay.
made them easier to repay,
Mm-hmm.
and he put in measures to prevent future abuse,
Like what?
like limits on how much land one person could own.
Smart thinking ahead.
He was trying to create a more resilient society.
Yeah, not just putting a Band-Aid on the problem.
Exactly. But Solon knew this wasn't enough.
Right. He had to address the bigger picture
Yeah, those deep structural inequalities.
between the rich and everyone else.
That's where his famous four-tier class system comes in.
Ah, yes. Tell me about that.
This was his attempt at a more balanced political system.
Okay, so before Solon,
Mm-hmm.
power was in the hands of the aristocracy,
The Eupatridae.
right? The old families.
They traced their lineage back to the first settlers.
So it was all about birth, not merit.
Exactly, and that bred resentment.
Yeah, I could see that.
So Solon came up with a system based on wealth,
Okay.
but not money.
What then?
Agricultural output, how much your land produced,
Interesting. Okay, so he divides everyone into these 4 classes.
each with different rights and responsibilities.
Okay, let's break it down. Who were these classes?
The top tier, the Pentacosio Medimnoi.
Pentecosia Medimnoi.
Yeah, they were the ones whose land produced 500 medimnoi of grain,
500 Medimnoi.
or the equivalent in oil or wine.
So the wealthiest?
Yes, and they had the most political power.
Okay, so it still sounds like the wealthy have a lot of control.
Well, the second tier, the hippies or knights,
Okay.
they could produce 300 medimnoi.
So still pretty wealthy.
Yeah, and they had to serve in the cavalry.
Interesting. So their wealth was tied to their service.
Exactly.
Okay, what about the next tier?
The Zeugite, they produced 200 medimnoi,
200. Okay.
and they were the main infantry force.
The citizen soldiers.
Right, very important in Athenian society.
Makes sense. And then the 4th tier,
The Thetes,
the Thetes. Okay.
they were the ones who produced less than 200 medimnoi,
Okay.
or no land at all.
So the poorest citizens?
Exactly the ones who were most vulnerable before.
Did Solon's reforms actually give them a voice?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me.
Solon gave all citizens, regardless of class, the right to participate in the assembly.
Wow. So even the poorest could have a say in government.
It was a radical shift.
A step towards democracy.
Absolutely, and he didn't stop there.
Really?
He also gave all citizens the right to serve as jurors,
So justice was administered by everyone.
not just the elite.
That's amazing.
He was creating a system where the law applied equally to all.
The foundation of the rule of law.
Exactly, and this wasn't just theoretical.
Right? It had real impact.
Absolutely, like imagine you're a Thete,
Oh,
a poor farmer barely scraping by,
struggling.
and you're wronged by some wealthy eupatrid.
Oh, yeah, you'd have no chance before.
But now with Solon's reforms,
You can take your case to
to a
court,
jury of your peers
who might actually understand you.
and give you a fair verdict.
That's incredible. So it's not just about voting.
No, it's about access to justice,
Right, having a system that protects everyone.
not just the privileged few.
And that's Solon's legacy.
A more representative and accountable system.
Yeah, a system that actually responds to the needs of the people.
And you could argue that this is the very beginning of Athenian democracy.
Right, the system that would inspire the world.
It's definitely a key step in that direction.
Amazing to think that these ideas came from a merchant poet.
Who just happened to be in the right place at the right time?
It makes you wonder what would happen
Yeah.
if more leaders had that kind of vision.
That's a great question, but we should remember. Solon's journey wasn't always easy.
Right? He faced a lot of pushback.
Opposition, setbacks, even betrayal.
Yeah, especially from someone he trusted.
That's right. Pisistratus, his friend who became a tyrant.
Talk about a plot twist.
It's a fascinating story.
We'll have to save that for next time.
Yes, the story of Solon is far from over.
We've been talking about
Solon,
Solon,
an Athenian reformer poet.
and a real revolutionary.
Definitely not afraid to shake things up.
But there's this whole other side to his story,
A side that shows us how messy power can be.
and how unpredictable history is.
Yeah, you're talking about Pisistratus, right?
Exactly.
Solon's friend,
Some say maybe even more than a friend,
who ended up seizing power.
and becoming a tyrant.
It's a wild turn of events.
It really is. Like, here's Solon
This amazing leader.
trying to build a just society.
Yeah, through all these reforms,
And then, bam,
his close friend,
becomes the very thing he was trying to prevent.
a tyrant.
Looks like a Greek tragedy.
It really is. But it also shows us how complex Pisistratus was.
Okay, tell me more about him.
Well, he was definitely charismatic
Right.
and ambitious.
Uh-huh.
He'd fought with Solon in Salamis.
So a capable leader.
Yeah, and he also cared about the poor.
Interesting.
So they had some common ground.
They did.
It wasn't just a power grab.
Okay.
Pisistratus genuinely thought he could help people.
But he went about it differently.
He did. Solon was all about compromise.
Okay.
Pisistratus was more willing to use force.
Okay, so a pragmatist,
Yeah, you could say that.
but also ruthless.
And definitely a dangerous combination.
For sure. And it's
Yeah.
interesting because historians debate,
About how bad of a tyrant he really was.
right? Some say he actually ruled pretty fairly.
And kept a lot of Solon's reforms.
Really?
Yeah, he supported the assembly,
Okay.
let people participate in government,
Interesting.
even kept the 4-tier class system.
So he was building on what Solon started,
In a way,
even though he came to power illegitimately.
it's complicated.
History, rarely black and white.
That's for sure. And it's worth noting that Solon didn't just give up.
No, he didn't.
He kept speaking out against tyranny.
Wow, a man of principle.
He was, but it must have been so painful.
Yeah, to see his dream crumbling.
It was definitely a setback.
But it's important to remember
Yeah.
that Pisistratus didn't erase Solon's accomplishments.
Exactly. His reforms had changed Athenian society,
They
created this foundation.
for a more inclusive government
And it's that foundation.
that would eventually lead to Athenian democracy.
Even after Pisistratus was gone,
So Solon planted a seed.
that grew into something amazing.
It's a beautiful thought.
It is. It shows the power of ideas.
Yeah, even in the face of tyranny.
Those ideas of justice and fairness
They have a way of enduring
in shaping history.
that feels so relevant today
It does, doesn't it?
when democracy is threatened.
And power is concentrated in the hands of so few.
It's inspiring to remember.
That one person can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Solon's story reminds us
It does.
that the fight for a just society,
It never ends.
it takes courage and vigilance.
And a willingness to challenge the status quo.
But it's possible.
It is.
Even small acts of defiance,
Speaking truth to power.
they can create change
It's a message of hope.
and resilience.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah.
what stands out to you?
What really struck me is that progress isn't always straightforward.
Right.
There will be setbacks,
And disappointments.
even betrayals.
But it's still worth fighting for.
Those ideals of justice and fairness,
They're worth it.
even when it feels impossible.
Beautifully said.
Uh-huh.
And to our listeners,
Mm-hmm.
we leave you with this question.
What will your contribution be?
How will you help shape a more just world?
Think about it.
And join us next time
Another deep dive.
into the ideas that shape our world.